Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me while we review some more reserve list cards. Please like and subscribe, it really does help. Thanks. Let's get to it. So the first card is Fatal Lure. So Fatal Lure is 2 colorless, 2 black, sorcery. Target opponent chooses 1. You draw 3 cards, or you choose and bury up to 2 target creatures that opponent controls, and he or she draws up to 3 cards. I like this. I like this card a lot because in Commander, you're going to be choosing out of 3 possible opponents, maybe more, maybe less, but it's still quite a few options. And for 4 mana to draw 3 cards isn't too bad. There are better cards, but they usually cause you to lose life. This is a average card, and I'm surprised something like this is in reserve list, just because how decent it actually does seem. And if you pick the right opponent, they're going to have no choice but to let you draw 3 cards. Because I'm pretty sure this pretty much says you get to pick 2 creatures and the opponent has to sacrifice them. It doesn't say destroy, it just says bury, which means put into the graveyard. That's pretty much equivalent to sacrifice or exile. Sacrifice because it doesn't go into exile. So I like this card a lot. I think the market price is spiking up, but you can still get it for 40 cents on TCG currently. So, not bad. Anyway, moving on. Firestorm Kite Visions. Also, actually, I'll just go back quickly. The art looks pretty intense. That guy is going to bend all the way back and hit his head on the ground. Pretty good yoga pose. Firestorm Kite. Firestorm Kite is 4 colorless, 1 blue, 1 red. Summon Dragon. Ah, cool. Dragon in reserved list. Okay, it's a 6/6, flying and trample. Cumulative upkeep. Pay a blue and a red. Painful cumulative upkeep. The art looks pretty cool. Doesn't actually have any hands. Hands are just its wings. That's really sad, actually. Most dragons have hands nowadays and wings, which completely makes them a weird 6-legged creature, but oh well, I guess they're not as cool without them. It's spiking pretty crazy, but on TCG it's still 40 cents. I like it. It's not that bad for power. You can at least get 1 turn with it before it starts getting kind of obnoxious. And if you can give it haste in a dragon deck or make it cheaper, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Moving on. Floodwater Dam Alliance. As everything else, they all started spiking around about the 18th of January. Floodwater Dam is 3 colorless artifact. Pay XX, 1, tap, tap X, target lands. Ugh, what a dull, boring card. I think that's probably going to be useless for it, especially if you're playing a green deck and you have the advantage in mana to preemptively tap people's cards, especially in response to stuff. But I think in most cases, this is just a boring, kind of annoying card for people to deal with and even for you to deal with. So it'll go for me. Yeah, and it hasn't really been, it has been spiking, but I think everything is because everyone seems to be so into these cards. Continuing on. Flow of Maggots, Ice Age. 2 colorless, 1 black, summon insects. Cumulative upkeep, pay 1 colorless. Cannot be blocked by non-wall creatures. So it's pretty much got unblockable in most cases, unless you're playing against a very specific commander deck. It's a 2/2. I don't think it's very good at all, but then again, it is unblockable, so maybe it has a place in a ninja deck where you want to add a reserve list card. But I just don't think it's worth it. It's 29 cents on TCG. It's spiking up to 87 to $1.17 on the marketplace. Not worth it in my hand. So skip it. Formation, Ice Age. Formation is 1 colorless, 1 white. Target creature gains banding until end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Oh, that's kind of complicated. Any creature with banding and up to 1 without can attack in a band. Bands are blocked as a group. If any creature with banding a player controls are blocked or being blocked by a creature, that player divides that creature's combat damage, not its controller, among any of the creatures it's been blocking by. or blocking. Ugh. Banding itself is confusing, so I personally think that the card like this is just going to confuse your play group. I don't think it's really worth it. 41 cents on TCG. Looks kind of cool. Yeah, just don't think it's worth it. It might be good in like that angel deck, which allows you to bring back instants and sorceries that target your creature, because it lets you cantrip in and draw cards later on. But just adding the banding makes it more complicated and annoying. We'll have to see. Let me know. Fungal Bloom, Fallen Empires. Fungal Bloom is 2 green, enchantment. A 2 green, put a spore counter on target fungus. Now, fungus decks used to be a thing, didn't they? Like, they had that Dominaria fungus that everyone was going crazy about. So maybe fungus decks is still a thing. Maybe a spore counter is still something that can be useful or valuable. There was a point just in 2018 where this card peaked to $4.20. So, yeah, both marketplace and the average peaked. Now it's sitting at 64 cents on TCG, but it is starting to move up again. So keep an eye on this one, guys. Maybe Fallen Empires had less of a reprint, but there was a point where it was 80 cents for ages. Crazy times. Another fungus, Fungus Elemental. It's a 3 colorless, 1 green from Weatherlight. Summon Elemental. Forest, pay a forest, sacrifice a forest, put a +2/+2 counter on Fungus Elemental. Use this ability only if the Elemental came into play this turn. So it's an instant that turn that it comes in pump spell where you can use it probably 3 or 4 times. It doesn't say limited to 1. So if you could sacrifice 3, maybe even 4, you could sacrifice all 4 of the forests when you put this into play. Get some benefit from a Gitrog monster or some other land matters deck. And yeah, this is actually interesting. I don't mind the fun factor in this just because it's a more complicated way to do Gitrog stuff. And that deck is pretty broken, so anything that can tame it and also add some flair by adding a reserve list card that's absolutely sucks but fits the deck seems like something that might be worth trying, especially for 25 cents on TCG. Oh, yeah, 25 cents on TCG, 92 cents on the marketplace. Big difference between those two, isn't it? TCG might be a bit slow. Get it while it's hot then. Findhorn Pollen. Ice Age. 2 colorless, 1 green, enchantment, cumulative upkeep 1. All creatures get -1/-0. Pay 1, pay 1 forest. All creatures get -1/-0 until end of turn. Yeah, that's me. That's me with hay fever. Looking at that makes my nose itchy. This card is 26 cents. It is starting to move up. It's good. If you're not playing a creature heavy deck, it's not too bad. I mean, you can weaken all other creatures and you can continue to weaken them. I guess in a deck like Muldrotha where enchantments can keep coming back, it might not be too bad in the long run. I just think there's better decks like what is it? Porfrog? The frog that can keep coming back. Spore Frog, the one that can prevent all combat damage. I think that's a better card. But yeah, let me know, guys. This one is interesting, and yeah, that really makes me want to sneeze. It's cute, but makes me want to sneeze. Gallow Braid, Weatherlight. 3 colorless, 2 black, summon legend. Has trample, cumulative upkeep, pay 1 life. It's a 5/5 for 5. It's a legend. Pay 1 life legend with trample. I like legend just because of the build around. I just can't see any useful stuff to build around a guy like this when there's some more funky, better looking artwork cards that are also legends in the same price range. It's 28 cents on TCG. The artwork doesn't look too bad. It's kind of creepy. It's just I don't know if there's any value to losing 1 life. I know that there's that demon that says whenever you lose a life, you draw a card. But the only thing is that cumulative upkeep, I'm pretty sure, adds up over time. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an age counter on this permanent, then sacrifice it unless you pay its upkeep cost for each age counter. So every turn, 1 life, 2 life, 3, 4. Yeah, you're gonna feel the pain pretty soon. So I don't know if it's worth playing it in Commander. You're just gonna hurt yourself a lot. But let me know. And last one for the day. Gargantuan Gorilla, 4 colorless, 3 forest. Summon Gorilla. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a forest. If you sacrifice a snow forest this way, Gargantuan Gorilla gains trample until end of turn. You don't sacrifice a forest, sacrifice Gargantuan Gorilla and it deals 7 damage to you. Tap. Gorilla deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power to Gorilla. Original fight mechanic in reserved list. Very, very cool. 50 cents on TCG. I kind of like it because once again, it's in that sacrificer land deck. Like, it's a worse way to activate a Get Rogue monster, and I like the fact that you can make your deck less efficient, but also a bit cooler, I guess, if you want to add that. And at 50 cents, it's not too bad for a sacrificing a land kind of a deck. I'll have to look into these kinds of cards. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to continue with this, but I have some other videos out as well. There's only so much time I really can get, but I do like to put these out. Thanks again, and have a good one. See ya.